Hello everybody, wee Paddy from across the shuck, and I'm just taking a couple of seconds to get myself together. This is the third time I'm going to make this video. The first two times I just left so much out through damn excitement. So this is a knife I've been waiting for 5 days. I bought it, and normally I bought it, I'll start from who I bought it. It's from Mad63Taz on Instagram, and he's my GEC pimp. He gets me my GECs. I don't know where he gets them from. I don't care what he pays for them, but he never rips me off. He gets me a good price, and it's a price that I'm happy to pay. So that's hard to find. It's hard to find somebody you trust. I think out of the 10, this is my 10th GEC in about a year and a half. He has got me 8 of them, I think. And I trust him, and that's nice to be able to give somebody that credit and give their name out, that I know that I've no worries if somebody else wants to use him to get a GEC. An absolute stellar fella. So I really wanted to give him a shout out. And I keep meaning to do it and forget half the times, but that's me. Anyway, what did he get me? Well, he got me a GEC number 56 dogleg. It's a reverse dogleg. And it's a jackknife. It's 2 blades. And it comes in this lovely tin. And this is a Northfield Unexcelled. And that's the premium range that GEC do. They do a Tittiute range, which is when I say basic, they're not basic knives. Their fit and finish is no less than the Northfield Unexcelled. There's just extras that you get with a Northfield that you don't get with a GEC. It's the more basic model, but high quality basic model, if that makes any sense. They also do a Farm and Field brand, which is their more industrial type work knives, like I'm trying to think of the name of them. I can't. Anyway, it'll come to me in a minute. But so I'm going to start as if you don't know anything about GEC, because I still like telling the story for those who maybe haven't seen a GEC tub. This comes in the top of all of them, and the numbers at the top tells you everything you need to know about the knife you've bought. The first two numbers you see, in this case it's number 56, is the model designation. That tells you that it's the 56 dogleg jack, reverse dogleg. The next number is the number 2, and that's the main blade designation, and number 2 stands for the spear point. And the second one tells you that it's 2-bladed, and it was made in 2018, and it's the smooth Appaloosa bone. Now, I didn't know what Appaloosa stood for, meant for, so I looked up. Now, I could be completely wrong. This is genuinely me having a stab in the dark. Appaloosa is the name of a horse, and it's a dappled horse. So I thought, okay, and then I got the knife and I seen the bone on the knife, which I will show you now because it's in my little case. It's been in my pocket since I got it today. I can't take it out of my hands. Look at that bone. Look at the different colours and flecks. It's like red, browns, coffee, mocha, and the back is even nicer. There's different bone. But I don't know whether this camera is going to pick up the flecks and all that's in that bone. It's beautiful. Now, that's quite a dappled look. So I'm thinking, did they name it after the Appaloosa bone, or is it the Appaloosa Mountains? Because that's another name that's in my head. But I don't know. So maybe somebody can tell me down below where Appaloosa, what it's named after. So, the knife itself. When I said it was the Unexcelled, and the Unexcelled you get things like the threaded bolsters and pinch bolsters. And you get it twice on this knife. Threaded and pinched. Isn't that just beautiful? You have the shield, if that makes any sense. There we go. Beautifully pinned in. All GEC shields are pinned in. It is flawless, and I mean flawless. Brass pins, brass liners, nickel silver bolsters, and just look at the fit and finish on the back side of that knife. Is that not just perfect? Is that not just perfect? A little walk through. Look at the blade centering on them 2 blades. Right down the centre. Absolutely stunning. stunning. Absolutely stunning workmanship made by artisan craftsmen. They really are just craftsmen at the highest standard. This is a knife that's done by hand, and I keep saying it every time, and sometimes you have to just step back and think, how do you do that? How do you do it? It's just completely stunning. The other thing you'll get is a mirror finished blade. Look at that. There's my camera up there. You can see the camera up on there. It is just stunning looking. On the blade itself, you will see it says Northfield Unexcelled, and that's the trademark. And on here it'll tell you it's from Titusville. I think it is. I've got my own glasses on. Northfield Unexcelled, and it's made in America. And then on the other side it gives you the numbers. That's that blade designation that I read to you from the top. But what a beautiful spear point. Isn't that just stunning? It really is stunning. You also get the long nail nick, and it's a match strike pull. You know, it's even extra on it. You get a beautiful swedge at the end of this blade here. And every time you touch it, you get fingerprints on it. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just stunning. It really is. The swedge is on the reverse side as well. But it's that bone that has just really got me tonight. I sat and just stared at it, turning it over. You can see the reverse dog leg. A dog leg would come down like that. This is the reverse dog leg. This in hand is one of the most comfortable knives I've ever had. And I think it's just that shape. It has to be the shape. I have a medium-large hand. I can get my 4 fingers round this. The ricasso is quite high with a lovely kick, and when you grip that like that, that is a so secure grip. This knife's not closing on me. No matter what I do, it's not going to close on me. So I can go through any medium and not have a fear that a knife's going to close on me. And that's important for somebody who doesn't use traditional knives. Don't be frightened. If you pick the right knife, always pick the high ricasso with a kick. And that is just perfect. The pen blade has its own, if you like, it has its own nail nick on the opposite side of the main blade, which is nice. You're not reaching over trying to dig into it. It's a good sized pen blade. I mean, that'll open your boxes and packages, whatever, sitting in your desk, your envelopes, and you can save your main blade for wherever you need it. But it's just stunning. The fit and finish on this knife is just flawless. You'll find knife people rubbing the corners because that's where you'll find maybe the bone doesn't fit or the nickel silver hasn't been done properly on a lot of knives. But this, there's nothing. Absolutely. And I'm only doing it because I'm copying other people. And isn't that what we all do? You copy somebody else. But it's just, to me, just the fit and finish. I look over these knives and I keep trying to find a fault. And with this knife, there genuinely is not a fault in it. It is just flawless in my eyes. In my eyes. So, what length is it? If I'm going to use this as a full EDC, what length is it? Let me just set it here. Get it level with the end there. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 1/8 fully open, 6 inches 1/8. The handle length is 3.5 inches, and you have that little bit extra with a ricasso, and you have a cutting edge of just over 2 1/4, which is absolutely fine for a day's work. There's not a problem. I'm going to give this a wipe, sorry. It's just too pretty not to. So 2 1/4 inches will get me any day's work done that I'm ever going to do. Do you know what I mean? It's what I'm, in my life, it's going to get me what I want. Stunning. Now, let's give you some comparisons of other knives. And I'll show you the difference between a titty out. Here's another 2-bladed knife. This is the number 44 gun stock, which is about 1/4 inch longer in the blade. But this is a titty out. So you've got the plain, just satin bolsters, satin blade. You can see the difference straight away. Just a nail nick rather than the big long pull, and the swedge is a bit smaller. Now it does go on the other side in this, but That's not always the case, but just plain bolsters, top and bottom, where we've got ringed and pinched, and you have the titty out shield on the front of that. That's not always the different different badges on the front of them. But that just sort of shows you. That's another one I got. That's the number 44. Gun stock. So you can see it's just a little bit bigger. But comfort in hand, this is comfortable in hand, but it's nowhere near as comfortable as that. I am completely blown away by how comfortable that is. I didn't expect that. This is comfortable. I can use this. There's not a problem. Use it all day now. But that melts into your hand. Absolutely melts in. And I have a medium-large hand, so it's not as if I've tiny wee hands. There's a boy's knife, which is exactly the same size as it. That's an SFO from Charlie Campagna, who designs knives and gets them made by GEC. Special factory orders. So that's a lovely knife as well. But have you noticed these knives are the same, but this is a chunk of a knife. You know, it's chunkier than this. I used this for a month without any problem whatsoever. Well, it was a boy's knife. It was between two of them, but they were single bladed. This is double bladed. So you have that fatter, beefier, you know, to hold in your hand and do some really good work with it. So here's this is my other favorite carry knife. This is the Titty Out number 78 American Jack. And if I put them together, the American Jack is a bit bigger. It's probably, you know, the blade length's at least 1/4 of an inch and another quarter. So a 1/2 inch overall probably in size. But this blade's every bit as good as this, and this is just an amazing knife. Never been found wanting with this. A beautiful big, and again the same shape of blade, the spear blade. Really useful for so many different tasks. But lovely, absolutely lovely. And I'll give you. I'm just going to use one. Here's just a normal knife. There's the Civivi Elementum, just to give you a size comparison so that you know. So there you go. There is a difference. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But for me, I know this will do my day's work. This is a beautiful knife. But if you want to take a knife out of your pocket and have a look at it, which one would you take out? Truthfully, you know, which one would you take out? To me, all day long, it has to be a traditional, because that's what they're for. They're just pieces of art. This is a really good functional tool, which is nice looking, well made. Nice wood on it, but look at that bone. Let me get you back into that bone. Look at that. Look at the grain you can see through the bone. Now, even if this was named after the Appaloosa horse, I don't believe it's horse bone. I believe it's cow bone, and it's usually cow shin that they use a bone and then dye them. But they have made an extraordinarily beautiful piece of just artwork, which is also a functioning tool. And I will use this as a functioning tool. It's staying in my pocket. I can't see it coming out this week. How long it lasts, I don't know. But I can see it staying in my pocket for the rest of this week anyway, because I'm just completely enamored with it. So, Mad Taz, thank you very, very much. Please go and check him out on Instagram. And I can highly recommend him if you're in the UK and you want somebody to get a knife for you. He'll do his best for you, and he's an honest, fair man. So there you go. That's me gone. I think I've covered the knife. I'm over the moon with it. So glad it's in my collection, and I really can't wait to use it. And that's strange saying with that lovely blade and all, but it's just, once I put it in my hand, I knew I'm going to use it. It's not going to be a safe queen. It is going to be my user, or one of my users in my rotation. Thank you very much for watching. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the knife. I hope we gave you enough information. If you can give me any other information about Appaloosa, is it the mountains? Is it a horse that it's named after? No idea. But I would love to find out. Thank you very much. Paddy's away. Cup of tea time. Bye-bye now.